Alright, it's time. We're doing the thing. The countdown has reached its final moments. Let us begin. Hello, everybody. It's the time. You see that in the background? Hold on, let me get there. Oh, that thing right there. You see that in the background? Somebody's gonna win it. But first things first, as part of the live stream event, we're gonna be taking this apart. I was just using it. You can see the fingerprints on it. You can ask Richie. He is my brother. He's in the chat. I was just waxing him in Mario Kart World. Nah, he had some wins. Let me not be facetious. He had some W's. He had some W's, so I'll give it to him. But nah, this is cool. It feels awesome to be able to give back. You want to catch these hands now? Well, let's hope I put it back together correctly. I'm sure I will, but you know, don't want to speak too soon. Ah, this is so cool. It's been quite a fun experience. I'm ready to win. I appreciate that. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. It's time to tear it down. It sure is. It sure is. It's nice to have everybody here. And any feedback's good in terms of the music. Just let me know if it's a little too loud. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go over the highlights of like some of the rules and some of those things just to make sure that we're all on the same page. I feel lucky today. Hey, Dad. I'm glad you're here. So let's go over some of the rules and some of the highlights of the sweepstakes. So I'm assuming everybody who's here has entered. The prize will be this particular, still factory sealed. There's still the piece of tape on it, still factory sealed. This is the unit that will be going to the winner. At some point throughout this stream, I will be giving out a code, and that code will give you the last 7 entries you need. So be sure to have the sweep widget page on standby so that when I give out the code, that you enter it. And just to be sure, that code is case sensitive, and it's very important that you double check autocorrect. It's not a rush. Everybody can put the code in, so make sure you put it in accurately because you only get one chance to put in that code. And I will be giving it out at sometime during the stream. And I'll be sure to have it in the chat so that you guys, if possible, can copy and paste it. Just make sure there's no extra spaces or extra characters. This is my warning. Oh, thank you. Appreciate the follow. J-Mang. Nice to have you here. Oh yeah, enjoy the new emotes. So that's one thing I wanted to get out of the way. The second thing is, as you guys know, in the official rules, you need to be a part of the US. We're not shipping it outside of the US, so if you entered from not in the US, I'm sorry. Maybe the next time or sometime in the future, we'll do another giveaway. Beyond that, also I want to keep this stream not too long, so I'm going to get started with the teardown here shortly of the Nintendo Switch 2. I was thinking to maybe have you guys here for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't want the stream to be too long if you're not used to my style of content. Other than that, I think that is everything. I think it's time. I think it's time to open this. I've been actively avoiding spoilers of any kind. I do not want to have this thing spoiled. So let's do it. Switch over to the overhead cam. All right, let's do it. When OnlyFans? When I take my socks off. You mean OnlyFriends? Ah, this is gonna be so cool. So, as you guys may see on the screen, this right here, the winner's also gonna be getting this commemorative coin that a viewer of the channel made, which is really cool. Just to commemorate this first time giveaway, so I think that'll be cool for someone to have. Maybe in the future I'll try to include other items. Ah, this is exciting because I've been fighting the urge to crack this thing open and void my warranty. So let's see those guts. Facts. Let's do it. Alright, so first things first, I'm taking off the Joy-Cons. I will be opening the Joy-Cons, but that'll be after I get through the console. Oh man. Alright. Let's see. Knowing Nintendo and working on their consoles in the past, I know they love tri-wing screws. Tri-wing means that their screws have like only 3 legs, so you know how a Phillips screw is a plus, theirs is just like a Y. And of course I see 2 of them. One here, one there. So we're gonna go after those first. It's funny, I don't even care to show off the serial number because it's not gonna have a warranty, so. That's a coin. Oh yeah, it is. It's a bad butt coin for sure. I can't believe I'm doing this, man. Me as a kid, I would have never done this, but we ain't kids no more, and I'm my own warranty. The first screw is out. Look at that. Well, you can't even see it in my glove. The first screw has been removed. I'm gonna put it on my magnetic mat over here. Stay organized with everything. The coin looks awesome. Oh yeah, it's made out of brass too. It's a pretty cool coin. A viewer of the channel made it, or had someone they know make it, and they handed it to me. It's a local viewer too, which is really awesome. Alright, so next we need Phillips, so it seems like it's just those 2 screws. Usually on all the other Switch consoles, there's screws on the side, but as you can see, Nintendo has this color matched kind of label here on the side. So we're curious to see if those screws are actually there or not, but I'm sure I'll find that out when I try to pull it apart, and if it resists, then I will stop and see why. Alright, top screw removed. Seems like they even use the same screws as the Switch OLED, which is interesting. Maybe they had a surplus and they're just keeping them in rotation. Player 1 said, oh yeah, they love the tri-wing since the NES days, absolutely. And to be honest, I haven't seen any other manufacturer use them except for Nintendo. Okay, this screw just seems to want to spin and spin. Tell me this thing has a strip screw. What's up? Hey, Quell Pig, how you doing? Nice to have you here for this event. You know what? Also, good rule of thumb, probably take out all your cartridges. Metro Prime Remastered. Was replaying it on hard mode just to complete it completely. I already have 100% run on it. Okay. You know what? Looking at this side rail closely, it looks like this is just a sticker. Yeah, this looks like a sticker. I bet there's screws underneath this thing. Oh, Lex Lugum, appreciate the subscription, man. Thank you. Fiend. Hey, man, I'm King Fiend to you. That's my brother, by the way. Alright, I'm just cleaning off my blade here to see what I can do. I might end up having to need the heat gun, because I'm pretty sure this is a sticker. This is going to be rough, because once this gets removed, I don't know how good it's going to look once I try to put it back. Yeah, it's definitely a sticker. Okay, so I'm sure they're going to use strong adhesive for that sticker, so I'm going to go ahead and use my heat gun. Well, I missed a single scan of my first playthrough. Very frustrating. Oh, I hear you. Hey, it's one! Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use heat to try to soften up the adhesive for this sticker. This is how I test how hot it is. Is it the most accurate? Probably not. So what most people do? Probably not. Is this so exciting? Thank you. I'm glad you guys are liking it. I'm looking forward to trying to do more things like this in the future. Enjoy, hit the like button, and subscribe. That's right. Listen to Quail Pig. Quail Pig knows all. He speaks truth. Is that why you have no hair on your arms? I mean, it's part of the deep lore I haven't given out yet, but maybe in my comic book I'll give that lore out. No. Alright, so this little adhesive sticker is already proving to be a pain because it's hard to get underneath it, especially if you're trying to be somewhat non-destructive to the console. Honestly, I don't know if that's really possible. I think no matter what, you're gonna lose it. Okay, I'm starting to get underneath it. Starting to lift it up. Okay. There we go. Yep, just like I thought. They decided to keep screws on the rails, but instead of having it easily accessible, there's a sticker. I wonder if this is their anti-tamper measure, because the Gen 1 Switch, funny enough, if you didn't know, the first generation Switch, like the launch model Switches, they have a different serial number and SKU. Those ended up being hacked because someone used a paper clip and shoved a paper clip inside of the rail to basically short out one of the chips that had the kernel on it, and then from there they were able to hack it. So I bet Nintendo's like, alright, let's put a sticker over it. Like that's gonna stop any hacker. But hey man, they're trying. Alright. The sticker took a little bit of damage, to be honest. I don't know how you would ever avoid that, just because of the way this has to be done. I'm gonna put it over to the side. And as you guys can see, these are the magnets, how the new Joy-Con attaches. There's one up here, and there's one here. And these buttons, the SR button and SL button, are made out of steel. How I know that is because I was one of those suckers who paid for the Mario Kart, or the Nintendo Welcome Tour on Switch 2, and they reveal that in the tour. So that's how this is able to magnetize. So you have two magnets, and your buttons are the actual rare earth metals. How hot does the heat gun get? Oh, not as hot as you, Bulletproof. Not as hot as you. Oh, that was Crash that said that. Honestly, it doesn't even have temperature. It's just a dial. Alright, so if we did it for one side, we're gonna have to do it for the other side. It's just like working out, guys. If you're gonna work out one leg, you might as well work out both of them. Sticker damage, may have to design WPE NS2 sticker replacements. Yo, that's kind of fire. SNGBR, welcome, welcome. It's nice to have y'all in the chat. It's alright, we're just heating up the sticker on the other side. Then I'm going to follow the same arithmetic. I think this one I'm going to go for the bottom side, because I feel like that's the side less people would notice. So that's the side I'm going to go after for this sticker removal. Honestly, in hindsight, I should have done the same for the other side, as attack it from the bottom. Alright, so I think that's hot enough. Yeah, I wish I knew the temperature. For me, it's just a feel. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I can't think of any other way to get this sticker up without basically nicking it. So that's another part of this stream, is I'm going to basically give my critique from a repairmanship standpoint. I have a temp gun I can lend you. Word. You know what? I might have to put it in the comments section or something. Alright, with stickers, I'm going to take my glove off so I don't put fibers on it to try to help with it being tacky, because I'm going to put these back, of course, even though they're a little nicked up. Just like that. Okay. All right. So we got our side side rail stickers removed. Now let's keep going. There's that one and that one. Alright, so, and of course, just like I thought, this revealed 4 screws, 2 in the middle and 2 on the ends. On the Sweepstakes on Facebook, lol. So I tried doing it. Nice! You seen all the stuff on them bricking the switches? I have not, just so I didn't get any spoilers, but I will be investigating that further for sure. I haven't seen what criteria or what people have done that's actually brick their switch. But of course, that's something I'm going to look into now. Post Sweepstakes, post stream. I can raise my own self-imposed NDA on myself. or not NDA, that would be embargo. That's what they call it in the industry, embargo. You can't talk about something. Okay, so it looks like there's these almost like green brass screws. These are very common in electronics. Forget what metal this is, but it's very common. Alright. And it looks like there's screws next to the port. I wonder if the port just plugs in, so it makes it easier to replace it if it ever got damaged. Let's go ahead and remove these 2 screws. And we're going to have to do the same on both sides. Yeah, it looks like the port wants to come out now. But I'm assuming it can't because it's got to be tied to the motherboard somehow. So I don't know if they used a ribbon cable or what. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't want to give, and I'm not going to yank on it. There's obviously a ribbon cable there to attach it to the main board. So we're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And we still have this one screw that was stripped from factory. That's beautiful. It just spins and spins and spins. Let me see if I can start prying to put tension on it in order to be able to remove it. Does the Wolfpack support the NWO? What's the NWO? Not sure what that is. That probably answers your question, but but I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so I see the seams. Let's start trying to remove it from the seams. I'm going to use my spudger tools. I lost one in duty. He had an honorable demise, unfortunately. So I'm going to start prying from where the speakers are. They seems like good spots to start prying from. Of course, that one strip screw is going to be a pain. See if I can work around it. Because if it's happening to me, that means it's probably going to happen on somebody else's console. Sometimes with stripped screws, you can apply some tension, and that'll allow it to catch. No, nothing. Okay. Let's see if I can get the rest up. Oh man, stripped from the factory. Yep, you guys seen it live. I have not attempted to work on this thing before, so everything you're seeing is nice and fresh. Alright, so we have some clips as expected. I'll leave that here. Yeah, so this seems to be the best method of operation, is coming from the speaker slot and then working your way around. You can kind of leave these picks, if you have multiple, you can kind of leave them there and then start working the clips on the way up. Ooh, that screw is so frustrating, because I know that's the only thing holding it there. Is this the new anti-tamper method by Nintendo? Bump brick in your Switch, they won't even let you in. Look at that. Good thing you got multiple switches. Yes, that is true, Mr. Mad Lad. I'd hate to have to avoid the warranty on 2 of them. Let me see what I can come up with. I might need to... Essentially, if I can get underneath it to pry it up while unscrewing, that would allow me to take it out. That's unfortunate. Some of the finish got damaged, but now this gives me more room to try to get underneath it. Alright, got it coming out. It's unfortunate. Battle scars that I'm going to have to live with, even though I like to keep my consoles pristine. It is what it is. It's not my fault. It's no one's fault that the screw... Well, it's Nintendo's fault. They manufactured it, but... Alright, we got it out. Nice. That's okay. I'll put a Wolfpack Electronics sticker on it. The music, man, the music. It's got you hyped? Good. I decided, you know what? Let me use a different playlist for once. Let me get something a little more exciting for this event. Okay. So now that we have the screw out, we can get underneath and pry. Okay. Nice. Okay, making sure I'm not missing any screws. And I'm not. So there we go. Uh-oh. We lost a guitar pick. Alright, that's the bottom half cracked open. We're almost there. Oh, are you guys ready? You guys ready for this? Oh. So that's off. Very similar design to the OLED. Holy moly. Alright, we got the backplate off. Oh wow, thank you for the bits. Alright. I'm going to take a picture real quick. Alright, onward. Now just like other switches, it's going to be very similar. As I can see it already. It looks like they use the same fan. There's more blades on this fan than previous models. The heat pipe, the copper used on the heat pipe is of bigger thickness, which is good. That means it has more heat transfer because obviously this being a stronger console is going to generate more heat. Micro SD card slot. Oh, nice. It looks like they kept the micro SD card slot modular. And they use tape to try to hold things in place as well. Interesting. Oh yeah, the microphone. Now this console has a microphone that you need to worry about. That is a lot of shielding. That's pretty on par for all the other ones, for the other switches. Looks like they also kept the water damage sticker this sticker changes color when there's liquid that touches it. So it's cool to see they kept a lot of things the same. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started with removing these screws. If you're used to my channel, you know this is what I do. I like to mark screws with a Sharpie so that I know I can have a better idea of where they came from and where they need to go. There's quite a few screws. And these are just the silver one. I'm also seeing black screws. Black screws are usually used on top of plastic. There's one screw there I can't get to. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to map these screws out exactly how I see them. It's so nice having that magnetic mat. It does help me stay organized. One, two, three screws removed. Onto 4. This is for an antenna. This device on the far right here is an antenna, either for Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. And there's 2 antennas, and that's what these wires go to. So this black wire going to here, this is an antenna. I'm assuming this is the Wi-Fi antenna. And this one, I'm not sure what this antenna would be for. Maybe for controller connectivity, Bluetooth potentially. They might have an antenna for the Bluetooth audio and then one for the controllers to connect to, and maybe other peripherals. Fist pumping. Alright. Okay, so that's gonna be loose. Nice. Alright, so there's a lot of stickers to worry about. That is usually not fun when it comes to taking these consoles apart, because stickers, as much as they're nice to have the first time, when it comes to trying to reuse them, they basically lose all their tackiness and become useless. Woo, switch time! Yes, sir! Welcome, Mega Ryan. Alright, let's see about starting to remove some of this adhesive. So they did opt for foam again when it comes to the heat pipe. Just for sticker. Okay, this one for sure needs to come off. So this one seems to just be holding down the micro SD card, the express micro SD. See, look at that. You see what I'm talking about? As soon as you start to peel it off, it peels in a way that makes it kind of useless. This looks to be like grounding tape too. You know what? I should have took it off from this side. That's alright. Just gonna cut it. You know what? I could have just cut it. Next time going forward, I'm just gonna be cutting these. There's no point in trying to remove the adhesive because now it's completely useless. This is the fun part about it, is you can learn how you're going to handle things if you get a console in for repair. This is like R&D essentially. Alright, let's go ahead and remove some more screws. Duct tape will do. Duct tape is a strong option. It's a very strong option. Goated option, S tier option. Good old duct tape. I know a lot of bumpers that were saved by duct tape. Alright, let's remove these antenna wires. That's one. So we have black, white, and gray. I'm going to make a mental note of that. And also, maybe someone can put that in the chat so that we can all remember later, including myself. Okay, antenna wires have been disconnected to the motherboard. Okay, I don't need to remove it there. Yes, I do, because it's over the shielding. Okay, we can snake it underneath this guy. And then I'm just gonna cut this guy, cut the tape here. Being careful not to cut your wire for obvious reasons. Okay, this antenna wire will no longer be in the way. Okay, I think we can remove it. Now this is just a cover and the speaker. I'm gonna leave the speaker in for now. Alright, so we have some RF shielding. I'm gonna move that to the side. RF standing for radio frequency. Same stuff that your car uses to pick up sound waves. It's RF. Would Flex Seal work? I mean, if we had a lot of damage, yes, I'll use Flex Seal. I don't think we have that much damage on. This man said Flex Seal. I respect it. Alright. Okay. Okay, so this one's to come off as one piece. So we have another antenna. There's another antenna right there. I'm gonna put that to the side. That is the upper. Okay, let's see what other screws that we have that may be blocking us from removing this big ol' shield. Flex Seal sponsor. Duct tape. That's funny. Imagine. I'll be the guy on screen saying that's a lot of damage. And that adhesive is strong. I feel like I trust that adhesive. You could reuse that. Jeez. Alright, we have one plastic screw here next to the micro SD card slot. It's a very shallow screw. Put that here. Okay, let's go ahead and remove this antenna. So cool that antennas can come in so many different form factors. Like, that's literally like a block. Most people, when they think of an antenna, they think of like a dish, you know? Because that's what you see for TVs most of the time. Okay, so it looks like I need to remove the SD card ribbon cable first in order to start getting access. Okay, we popped it out. It was just down here, this like green tab. Let's see if we can take the RF shield off. Okay, so we have this piece snaked this way. Okay, let's see if we can just get it out of the way. Maybe no need to remove it. Maybe we can just get it out of the way. It's this green board here. The wire is holding it down. Okay, let's go this way. Let's go down. Nice. What's this thing? How is it attached to this? Is it just adhesive? Okay. Okay, Nintendo. I guess you decided to do that. Alright. That's the heat shield. And just like before, they used the same thermal compound that they used before. This like brown. Man, this is super juicy. Obviously, it's like super fresh. Probably not even a month old. It is nice to see that the SD card slot is not soldered on the board, right? So that means we can easily replace this if this ever failed. It'll just be like a separate part once those become available. Hopefully they do, and it's not like a pain to get a hold of them. But look, we got the heat shields off. I bet Nintendo didn't want us looking at this. Look at that. Is there a certain instruction you're following, or just as you go, Teardown? Oh, this is just as I go. I did not look at any spoilers. I don't like being spoiled at all. I don't even want to hear someone's opinion on something, because then I know if it was good or bad. Alright, let's get some pictures. Onward. You're the man, Jeff. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Alright, now usually once you get the heat shield off, it's ribbon cable time. And by ribbon cable time, there's a lot of annoying little connectors we need to lift up. So first things first. Wow, that is a tiny battery. No wonder why the battery life is kind of buns on this console. Look at the battery. I mean, granted, it is taller. The footprint of it is not as big. It seems to be thicker. Oh, excuse me, way out of frame. It seems to be thicker, but it's a lot smaller. Wow. Okay. Usually the battery, you don't really need to remove it. And on previous consoles, Nintendo had adhesive underneath to basically hold the battery in place, and I can obviously feel that they did that again. I don't think I will take that apart. I don't think there's any need. There's not going to be anything underneath it. There's no point. But I do want to get the motherboard out. It's like the main objective of this teardown. Okay, so I can see the ribbon cables that are used for these side Joy-Con connections. So we have, this one is attached here. So technically you don't need to unscrew these in order to gain access. You just need to unscrew the top and bottom screw, so that's good to know. And why was that screw stripped? Oh yeah, those threads are completely gone. Okay, well, that's what it is. Let's continue onward. Let's get the heat pipe off. Oh no, ribbon cable time. It's ribbon cable time. So we have this ribbon cable here. This is going to be a common repair that I can foresee in the future. This ribbon cable is going to be for your volume buttons, your power button as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that removed and get that out of the way. I'm going to use 2 picks, 2 spudgers, and avoid this thermal paste. We should take bets in the chat. Who thinks I'm going to accidentally touch this gooey thermal paste and regret my life and have to get a new pair of gloves? Taking bets? Anybody? Let's start some going. 100% buns. Oh yeah, so the Nintendo Switch 2 now has a microphone for online chatting and their new chat function. I do like that it has a lot of adhesive around it, and it's also built up around the mic to help cancel out around noise to kind of get a more targeted audio input. Let's go ahead and get that ribbon cable lifted. Okay, that lifted very easily, and let's get the microphone out. I can see this going bad and needing to be replaced. We're going to put this to the side. Alright, next. Okay, what is holding it? Oh, they used adhesive on this volume button ribbon cable along this side rail. So I'm going to wait till I have the fan out to take that out, just to be smart about it. I'm going to go ahead and lift this ribbon cable for the left Joy-Con rail. Right view from the rear, which is what we're looking at. Okay, get that speaker back in. Okay, we have a speaker connection here. I know it's ribbon cable time, but we can go ahead and get that removed as well. These wires are very small in gauge and they're very delicate. So I'm gonna probably just use my fingers so I can have more granular, more dexterity on it. And just like that, we got it removed. That'll be easier to put in than take out. Can't reply to messages right now. Alright, let's go ahead and lift this one. This is for the headphone slot. and it seems that we have a screw to hold it in place. Since this screw was beyond the heat shield, or the shielding, I'm going to use a different color to help myself stay tracked. Stay organized where these screws are. I'm just going to hit all these motherboard screws. All the ones that I can see. It's this one here. Alright. Let's do it. Let's keep going. Let's get this headphone slot out. Well, one thing I'm noticing already, which I know is going to annoy me in the future, is because I just ordered a bunch of them, is they use a different USB-C port again. So that means the Switch Lite, the Switch OLED, the regular Switch have different, and now the Switch 2 have different USB-C ports. So I have to keep all those in stock, maybe a small stock of them. Uh-oh, that's not good. I'll show you guys why I said uh-oh shortly. Maybe you noticed it already. One thing, some of the things I've been highlighting is whether something's soldered in or if it's connected through a connector. And I am seeing something I'm not a huge fan of, because this is a component that does fail, and I've had to replace it a few times in an OLED Switch, and a Switch Lite, and a regular Switch. That's going to be annoying. Tax deductible, all of it. You would know, sir. You would know. Alright, let's go ahead and lift the right Joy-Con rail. Connector, ribbon cable connector. Okay, we got the ribbon cable out. I see the speaker cable is very tight up against there, up against the sidewall. Let me see if I can use very fine point pliers. I'm gonna have to be very careful to get this removed. Be sure to be grabbing on the connector. Yeah, I don't like that. Let me see if I can find another way to get this out. I just need enough to grab on. Hopefully I can use my fingers. You know what? Let me circle back to that once I remove the... I think that'll be the smarter thing to do, is wait till I get the motherboard out. That'll give me more room to just remove it. Okay. Is that this? Removed. We have the fan connector here, but I'm going to take out this heatsink first. Looks like they added another screw. On the original Switch's heatsink, there was only 4 screws. Or 3 screws, excuse me. 3 screws to hold this heat pipe down. Looks like they opted to go with 4 to get a more even distribution of pressure, so that's good. And all screws are the same length, so that's good. Now let's go ahead and get this heat pipe lifted and out of the way. I'm gonna pry up. Ooh, that is a good seal made by the thermal paste. And you know what? Let me take my gloves off just in case my hand slips. It's not full of goop. Thermal goop. Get this spudger. Oh nice, they used the same adhesive like what was on the Nintendo Switch OLED. So like I said, okay, I think it's the same amount of copper that they use for the heat pipe. This just transfers the heat from the CPU out to the fin so the fan can blow air and cool it down. It seems to be like they just use a flatter piece of copper, but it definitely, I mean, I guess it was worth it for them to do that. Now I'm going to prop this up so I don't get thermal paste everywhere. Or I can just clean it off now and then don't have to worry about it. I think I like that option. Let me clean off this goop. I gotta be careful because these copper pipes can bend pretty easily because it's a thin piece of copper. And although copper is it's not the softest metal in the world, it's bendable for sure. Especially when it's this thin. I mean, look at copper wires, right? We twist those things and move them wherever we want all the time as humans. Curious, how many renditions of design for the NS2 Nintendo design before getting to this point? Man, knowing what it takes to do like hardware development, it takes quite a bit for a new product. It takes quite a bit. And like making sure you have parts and you have a stock of parts for the years of development that your company plans to keep something in rotation. You have to plan for part obsolescence. And that can cause you to have to redesign something. We've had that happen during COVID, where we had a design one way, and then there was a part shortage on the part we decided to go with at first, and then we had to switch over to something else instead, and that caused a redesign. Yeah, so it takes a bit. It takes quite a bit. All right, I think that's clean enough for now for me to move on. And of course, I have fresh paste to put on there. All right, let's go ahead and continue onward. Let's get the fan cable connector lifted up. Alright, and I'm guessing this is a main artery for the display. I'm assuming this is the display ribbon cable. I think that is everything I need to lift this out of the way. Let me go ahead and remove the fan. Typically, there's no need to remove the fan, but I'm going to remove it to gain access to that ribbon cable so I can more easily remove it. Cam says, thank you for the DS, lol. She's so random. Wow. You're welcome, Cam. Absolutely. I hope you're enjoying it. It was a Nintendo DS Lite. Okay, so that went underneath just like that. Nice. Oh, let's see what company they ended up going with. Oh, they went with Delta. I like Delta's products. They usually have a good lifespan. So for the fan assembly, they went with Delta. You'll be able to see the logo there, so that's cool. Nice. Again, put that to the side. At this point in the teardown, see anything you would change over stock to make quality of life easier? As soon as a battery upgrade comes out for this guy, I think it's worth it, because the battery life on these is not that great. It's really not. And quality of life change, in terms of repairability, same company as the airline? No, it's a different Delta. There's a Delta in the electronics world. Good question, though, because I know that's the company that usually comes to mind. Oh, Mike Gerard, he's here. He said, weird choice to go with a smaller battery considering the higher power required by the more demanding processing power and bigger screen. Absolutely agree, especially since they didn't go with an OLED console. I think this console, if it was OLED, it would be just the right amount of battery life where I wouldn't complain and most people wouldn't. But that is part of the review process, is this version of the Switch, its battery life is not that great. Alright, so next thing we're going to do, or next thing I want to talk about, is this game card slot. So from what I'm seeing already, the game card slot on previous models was always attached by a ribbon cable similar to the SD card slot, but now it looks like it's soldered on the board. So that's not great, because what that means is if, let's say, you get some bent pins in your card slot, or it gets damaged, whether by liquid or debris gets in there, replacing it is going to be so much more difficult. I think it was a cutting cost move, to be honest. I would agree with that, Obi-Wan. Alright, let's see if there's anything preventing me from lifting the motherboard out, and I see 4 screws that I still need to take out. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have one. Alright, I think this is a good time to take a picture in the teardown. Because of course I'm going to make a post about this. Why wouldn't I, right? It's not like everybody's doing it. Alright, I think we have all the screws out that we need in order to get the motherboard out. That is a huge accomplishment, or one of the goals in this teardown, is to primarily remove the motherboard and then continue to speak on the equipment. Okay, so I'm feeling a little bit of resistance. Let me double check for screws. Okay, it could just be a force thing. I'm always going to start off with gentle force before I go any harder. I mean, that's applicable in many avenues of life. Okay. Ooh, maybe it's this speaker cable. Wow, that's what it looks like on the inside? Yes, sir. And that big pack on the right, the battery, I believe. You're absolutely correct. Okay, what is resisting me? What is resisting me? No ribbon cables here. No ribbon cables over there. Oh, I was just being too nice. Okay. Rule of thumb, guys, never be too nice. Sometimes you just gotta yank. Oh, it had a thermal pad that was creating suction. Okay. And just like I thought, now with the motherboard removed, I'm gonna remove this right speaker, but left based on this perspective. And just like that, we got the motherboard out. What's up, Jeff? Hey, how you doing? FL2KJN14. Man, look at all the shielding they used on this thing. Do you see that? Can you believe it? Can you believe they used all the shielding? Oh my goodness. Removing this game card slot is about to be pain. It has shielding on top of it, and then you have to go after the pins. Oh, that's gonna be pain if someone damages this. He said, I cannot. Oh yeah, this is gonna... Okay. It is what it is. This is what Nintendo decided to go with. So as a third-party repair company, this is just the things that we're gonna have to know about and just learn how to deal with. Okay. Nice. Main objective accomplished. And I see a ribbon cable for the digitizer. So that's cool that they made them two separate assemblies. I'm gonna put this speaker back in there. Alright, not bad. I'm going to get a couple photos, and then we will continue on with the teardown, and I think we're going to transition over to the Joy-Cons, the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons. Woohoo! Motherboard! Exactly. Even though it's like, isn't Father's Day around the corner? I don't celebrate that, but my dad knows I love him. I don't gotta do it on a special day. Alright. Look at that. Alright, so from this point onward, I'm going to clean off the thermal paste on the motherboard, just to prep it for the new thermal paste that I'm going to need to put on there, because once you remove thermal paste, you expose your surfaces to air bubbles, or to more air bubbles, and you want the least amount of air bubbles as possible in order to get the most amount of heat transfer, because air is an insulator, as you know, right? When there's lightning in the air, you don't get zapped because electrons can't really flow through air. So, alright, let's give this a good little wipey. Man, this playlist slaps. Figured I'd switch it up for the event here. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you guys a question. Do you think it'd be worthwhile to go to a convention in another state, a video game convention? Let me get your guys' thoughts. I exposed the idea a little bit to the crowd last night. What do you guys think? Yes? Yeah. I think so too. I think it'd be cool to go. Do it? Yeah. Kind of get the name out there. Be around, you know, something I'm passionate about. All that good stuff. Just trying to clean the thermal paste that made it off. When it's so fresh like this, it has a lot of oil concentration, because that's what also helps in keeping it a certain viscosity. It's funny. It's cool to see factory Sharpie markings on the PCB. I wonder if that was the quality assurance team. Well, I just wiped away their signature. I'm sorry, guys. Whoever you were that tested this, your signature is no more. It's my signature now. Actually, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna sign it. That'd be sick. I should write like WPE on here. That'd be sick. Years from now, if someone has to like repair this, let's say I sell it, vlog it, yes. Fun fact, those Meta sunglasses were on sale, and I bought a pair, so they're on the way. Because I want to do like a vlog style. And date it too? Yes, yes. Good point. Let's see, what was it, 614? $25. Let's see, 614, 25. And let me do the mid frame here. 614, 25. Alright folks, now that we've reached this point, I'm going to be giving out the code. So you want to be able to put this code in to get 7 entries. It gives you the most entries out of any of the other options that you were able to optionally participate in. So like I said before, have your sweet widget site up. You want to be very careful. You only get one time to answer this and answer it correctly. If you do not put the code in correctly, whether because of autocorrect or you left a space in there or whatever. Wait, that's the Twitch too? Yes, that's the Switch too. Just be very careful. You've been warned. And I've tested this code. I know it works. So if it doesn't work for you, you probably entered it wrong, and I'm sorry, because you only get one chance. Now I'm going to verbatim copy and paste the code. I'm not even going to type it. So I'm going to go over to the site here and get the code ready for you guys. Bear with me here shortly. I'll be posting it in both chats. Okay. And I'm copying it with exact spacing. So be sure to have your sweep widget site up, because the code will be posted in both chats. Starting with the YouTube chat. You know, let me give those guys some love. Let's go. Okay. Please enter. I'm gonna write a disclaimer. There's no rush on how many uses this code can get, so don't feel like, oh, if I don't get it in before someone else, do not feel pressured. This is the code. I'm about to type it now. I'm not putting anything around it. Okay? The code is right now. I just posted it. It's posted in the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat now. That is the code. And if you're a Smash Brothers player or oh, you guys are in an ad break. Sorry about that. So please enter code correctly. You only get one shot. All right. The code has been sent. Worked? Alright, perfect. It works. Alright. That's good to hear. That's good to see that you guys were able to get it correctly. Means things are working as intended, which is always nice. Alright, onward. Worked? Okay, good. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. So that lets me know. Didn't work. I copied and pasted it, but not damned. Oh. Code works. Sorry. Well, I tried to warn everybody. Sorry. It's one of those things. I hate to be so nonchalant about it, but I apologize that it didn't get entered correctly. Done and done. Okay, nice. Alright, let's do it. Done. Screwed myself. Aw. Well, you still have a lot of chances. It's only, I made that code only worth like not even, or 15% of total possible entries. So don't feel too bad. You still have a good chance. Alright, let's continue on with the rebuild. Let's do the rebuild portion. You know what? Let me take some photos. Now with the signature in it. Lombardi Party. Yes, that was the code. It's because I'm a Falco Lombardi main. I know I got 27 entries. Exactly. You still got a good chance, man. We're going to be announcing the winner here probably right after the rebuild. And so far, we're about on track in terms of timing. So that's good with the schedule I had made up for me. Alright, now we gotta do the same thing but backwards. And let me get my tube of thermal paste ready. Done, hurry up. What? You gonna rush it? Come on, man, you can't rush it. I'll go as fast as I can, just for you. Just for you, man. Alright, motherboard has been removed. Just further analysis, like I said, I think I don't like that they did that with the game card slot, but it is what it is. Maybe it was a space constraint. I wonder if they use any of the similar chips. Oh yeah, they use the same power chip, the Max chip. So that's good to know, because I have a few of those in stock. So it's nice to know I don't have to worry about getting new parts right away. Nice. He said sorry. It's alright. I had a feeling you were joking when you said that. I ain't mad. I didn't take it seriously. I assumed you were joking. Are you gonna play it after the rebuild? Of course. What do you think this is? You think I'm a scammer? You think I'm gonna not play it after? You know I gotta beat my brother in Mario Kart some more. You know what I'm saying? You know? I know he's gonna be so disappointed if I don't beat him in Mario Kart. I love you, Rich. Okay, you really want these hands? Darn right. Pause. Alright, let's keep going. Let's get this thing all back together. You know what? Let me do the fan first. Let me do the fan first. I thought you were going to take the side parts apart too. At first I thought I would, but now that I'm further looking at it, I don't think it's necessary. And for the sake of time. But essentially, you remove the ribbon cable and slide it out. Based on what I'm seeing, these little side cable attachments, they look like they're going to be fairly easy to replace. The left side more than the right, because the right side is just channeled underneath here. But I don't think I will. The rest of it seems pretty straightforward from my perspective. And if you guys have any questions because I'm looking at it up close, just feel free to ask. But thanks for reminding me, Dad. The controllers, I will do potentially at another time. I know I mentioned I would do it here, but I don't think I'm going to do it for this one. Just for the sake of time. But we'll see. I may still do it. Or at least one. Alright, we have the fan back in. Everything else looks good. Side rail screws. Alright, let's get the motherboard back in. So as always, when you're putting these back in, you gotta be mindful of all the ribbon cables. Honestly, I think this thing likes to go in like this. We kind of get the right side in first, because when removing it, that's where I got the most resistance. This ribbon cable here, and then we have the ribbon cable for the Joy-Con side rail connector. It's the fan ribbon cable. Alright, I think that's all of them. Yes. Let's get the start button. Nice. Sitting nice and flush, that's a good sign. Oh, you fan connector, you just had to go back down, didn't you? Alright, there we go. We got him above board. I wonder if that's where that saying came from. No, I'm playing. I know that's not where it came from. Something has to be above board. That's not where it came from. Let's go ahead and get these screws in. So far, what were you guys most excited to see? Maybe the size of the battery, the shape of the heat pipe. Were you interested to see the fan, or just to see it in general, right? Maybe you're like, oh, I wonder what it looks like in there. The cow in Mario Kart? He said battery for sure. All the above. Crazy seeing insides. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh my gosh, this stupid speaker. You gotta be careful not to like try to use it to leverage to move the device. Noted. Alright, let's get everything routed. Tells me. Alright, let me route the speaker wire underneath. Now that I know how it should be wired, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with. Speakers in. Them guts. Your reaction to the Teardown after seeing a couple, you went into more detail. Oh, nice, gotcha. I'm glad I was able to provide like another kind of take or perspective. You know what? Let me lift this screw out of the way. Maybe this is one of those things where I gotta lift it and tuck it underneath that way. Yep, sure is. Alright. It's much easier to deal with once I did that. Nice. Alright, let's get the rest of the ribbon cables in. I will say this is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But then again, they didn't do anything too impressive from, you know, what I know Nintendo's MO to be. They're not gonna use the most cutting edge tech. It's gonna be tech that's a bit older that they're gonna use, try to capitalize on the low cost so they make money on the sale of the hardware. Oh yeah, that would be cool too, yeah. Do like a comparative analysis of everybody else's Teardown. So then I know like, oh. Also, I was curious to see like what their perspective was. This ribbon cable is being annoying. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna hold it down and just try to get it in one side at a time. Nice. Alright. Fully seated. Let's get the connector closed. Alright. Nice. Let's do the side rail connection. Nice, that one's done. Let's do the fan connection. Just want to see the insides? Yeah. Nice. Alright, we got the fan connected. I'm just going to close the locking tab. Good. Now we're going to do the volume up, down, and start in the power button. Alright. It's in all the way and locked down. Seems like everything on the left side is good to go. Let's do the left side Joy-Con rail now. Alright, that one's in. Let's go ahead and get the speaker installed. Nice. Alright. See if I have any more red top screws that I need to get back in. Yes, we do. Top. These are all my red tops. Encino Man. Watching this stream in Encino Man. The movie at the same dang time commercial. Gotcha. This was for the heat sink. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for the heat sink. We have a long screw, which was for the headphone slot. Headphone slot is locked in. Let's get the screw in. One more screw. Nice. Alright, let's get the thermal bead on for the thermal compound. That's a nice bead. Picture time. Alright, heat pipe. Let's get that reinstalled. just let's inspect. We used a good amount of thermal compound, and to be honest, I want to use more. Yeah, I'm gonna use more. So this is a bigger surface than the original Switch. I'm gonna use a little bit more. When Oprah announces when Oprah announcements that we all get a Switch, it's gonna be in probably the next 20 minutes. Is when I'm going to announce the winner. Probably the next 20-30 minutes. So you definitely want to be tuned in for that. He's funny. This man said Oprah announcement. Let's run that back with a little more emphasis. In fact, I kind of want to run it on there. Oh yeah, I like that bead a lot more. Especially doing it across the heatsink side. This has been a really good watch. Thanks, man. Glad you guys enjoying it. I can't wait to turn it on after putting it back together. For multiple reasons. And then also, I'm looking forward to seeing the pop-off of whoever wins. Nice. Look at that. It's like when we took it off. What constitutes a good bead? Essentially, once you put the bead and then you squish it down, you want to see a little bit ooze out from the sides. So that lets you know you're making like a good seal between your mating surface and your heatsink. So that makes it. So it's kind of a pause. It's essentially it's like an eyeball thing. There's no perfect bead. It just depends on your application. And the more you do it, the more you'll have an eye for it. The magnets, that's funny. Screw got caught on the magnets. Cool? Yes. Cool. Do I want to attach the battery now? I think I do. And let's do like a power on test maybe? Maybe I should wait. Who knows if Nintendo has some weird thing that you don't wait. If it detects a part not in there, brick your Switch. I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure I'll have a chance to test that later, but let's get the microphone back in. microphones in. Everything seems to be in. Just have a few antennas. This was the upper, lower left, and right side antenna. Okay, now I'm gonna have to remove this old thermal compound. So those bits are magnetic, or do you just have mad toque skills? No, they're magnetic, man. No. Magnetic, or tool skills, yeah, no, they're magnetic. It helps a ton. More thermal compound is needed. You should have said you were Magneto. Yeah, that would have been way cooler. Even though, like, Xavier's one of my favorite X-Men. And out of respect, I can't be Magneto. Alright, that looks like it'll be a solid bead. But yeah, you're right. Should say I have superpowers. Alright. Alright, battery connection has been made. Onward. This antenna cable, did it need to connect? Or no, it needed to just go up above this. Okay. So I'm going to put this back the same way I took it off. I kind of want to take this off so I don't have to fight with it. Or maybe spin it out of the way. Alright. I have to come at it at an angle and slowly drop in. Funny enough, that little sound effect sounded like the switch sound. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I thought it'd be worse. We're gonna have to route this antenna cable. Alright, I'll finish routing it shortly after. You know, I wonder if because of the magnets, they had to be careful about what they put next to the magnets. I'm pretty sure that's the case, but I wonder exactly what their data showed. Because obviously, if you have magnets next to electronics, it can all affect it. Ah, this is so cool. We're like almost there. start putting the screws in. So how many extra parts do you usually have left over when you're done? Not many. I mean, yes, there's a bunch of screws, but these are usually like in progress things. If I'm waiting for parts or waiting on approval. So not many, thankfully. But it happens. I'm not gonna say I've never done it before. I just really try my best not to do it with customer equipment. But my own personal projects, it happens. Trust me, it happens. You walk away from something, you didn't get a good stopping point, it happens. Is this for the heat shield? Oh yeah, maybe that's for the heat shield. Okay, I'm guessing the heat shield needs to go on there first, which I already did. Let's see. It's just not that one. Teardown of a Sega Saturn would be cool. Hey, be careful what you wish for. That's what I'll say to that. Very careful what you wish for. You just might get it. And I know just the person who might be able to deliver that to you. Just saying. Very careful what you wish for. Oh, this way. It's funny, it's like playing Legos. It's like, okay, how did this thing go again? Got it. Retro Rick? I mean, my name's not Rick, but I guess he can do it too, I guess? I don't know. I was like, my name's not Rick. Wait, I think I've seen Retro Rick's videos, one of his videos before. He seems like a cool dude. I wonder if he's gonna be going to any of those conventions I was talking about. Maybe I could meet him. Alright, we're almost there. As the excitement builds. That was the shallow screw. It was a very shallow screw. Nice. Do you have a ranking of your favorite brands to rebuild? Ooh, that's a good question, Jesse. Thank you for asking that. Favorite brands to rebuild? Currently, I'd say, for modern, I would say Sony. As much as I hate how many screws there are on the PS5, it's actually not that bad to work with. It's not the worst. Nintendo Switch is just small and tricky at times. And, let's see, other than that, I think immediate off like the top of my head, those are like my answers. So currently right now I'd say Sony. Alright, and I'll get all these antenna wires underneath tape shortly. Okay, one more screw and it's right down here, right down the middle. Yep, that checks out. Alright, so far we're on track to not have any extra screws. It's always good. From Home Alone. Teardown of an old talk boy? Interesting. So they had a talk boy? Is that like a walkie-talkie? Mr. Obi-Wan? Oh yeah, I forgot I cut it. That's right. You know what? To hold these back down, I'm just going to use Kapton tape. For those who don't know, Kapton tape is just thermally and electrically resistant tape. It's usually like it almost looks like butterscotch. I'm going to start calling it butterscotch tape. That's what I'm going to start calling it. That's going to be the new name in the industry, butterscotch tape. That's exactly what it looks like. And here's what I'm talking about. This tape right here. See, it looks kind of brown and shiny. But when you have it pulled out, it's like the same color as butterscotch almost. Not exactly, but close enough. I'll call it butterscotch tape going forward. Alright, so now we're just routing. This is like the last few steps. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to announce. I'm curious to see who the victor shall be. And to the victor go the spoils. I see why there's so much emphasis on wanting to use tape, because this wire wants to just be in your face and annoy you. That's alright. I'm going to use tape now. I'll stop getting on my nerves. Butterscotch tape activated. This is oddly therapeutic. Put some 90s Soul Jam on with a glass of scotch. My man, now you speaking my language. Scotch is my go-to. I don't really, man, you know what? My favorite scotch, just briefly, I don't want to stay on the topic, but briefly is a Macallan 12-year double cast. That's my go-to. Like if I'm, you know, home. It's a good one. Oh man, this last antenna wire. Then we can start the hype festivities. The festivities. Alright, that was a satisfying pressing. Like I said, with these new connections, I'm going to go ahead Alright, this Switch is gonna be worth something one day. It's got my signature on it. So whenever I become famous. It's gotta start with delusions of grandeur. That's how you make it. That's what I see everybody else does. They sound crazy at first and then it works out. Then again, it's not really something I really want, to be honest with you. That could be annoying, man. Trying to go out to Wawa with your folks, get some smoothies, and then someone recognizes you. I feel like that would be whack. I would not want that. Unless they're gonna buy my smoothie for me, then that's cool. But if not, no thanks. It's like, let me enjoy Wawa in peace. I'm just here for my smoothie, man. You can just call. Do not have a website. Then you can just message me on the website, and I don't have to. If you need me to fix something, don't try to like find me out in the streets. Honestly, I like the idea of being more of like a hometown hero than anything. Yeah, like not too big, but just big enough in your community. Kind of gives like classic like village vibes when that's the case. When like you know other business owners and whatnot. Like super shout out to Tracy's Cafe, a local cafe, to Island Route EGAD and District Kitchen as well, the food truck outside of it, and Wickham Road Eye Repair. Huge shout out to them for letting me put their flyers up and doing collaboration posts with me. I thought that was really cool. Almost had like an Avengers feel to it. DoorDash it, man. Then it's not gonna be as, you know, that's something I sip on the ride back. You know, I don't know if I want to DoorDash that. All right, let's get some pictures. But you're not wrong though. DoorDash is clutch. Even though I had a problem at one point, so I had to slow that down. When it came to DoorDash, I was DoorDashing everything. You know, I'm gonna troll people and put the Joy-Cons on backwards. And this is okay. Nintendo already announced that this is okay. It's in their welcome tour. They designed it that way so it wouldn't cause damage. I'm just gonna troll people. Like, what? Alright. Is that the coin right there? It sure is. It's a nice brass coin. Made by yours truly. And not me when I say that. Alright, what do you guys think? Should I test it like this? Or should I put the whole thing back together and then test it? Sacrilegious. Just trolling. You know what? No, let me put the stickers back. The little side stickers. Hometown hero, like Tarot Man. That would be awesome. Test it as is. Finish it. That is a nice coin. It is a very nice coin. You know what? I think it would be a cool picture to have it like open like this and take a picture. Test it? Okay. Well, that's a good sign. Test it now. Oh, geez. Alright. I'll test it now. Look at that. From fully taking out motherboard to back in. And what, an hour? Oh, an hour and a half. The time needs to update on it. It's not connected to Wi-Fi yet. Let's test Wi-Fi functionality. Alright, it connected to Wi-Fi, so I know Wi-Fi is good. Let's test the game card slot. Where's my Metroid Prime? Game card slot is good. Even though that's soldered on, I didn't really touch it, but it's good to test it. I'm going to test the USB port. Oh, well, the battery's at max. It's kind of hard to test. Battery's fully charged. I guess I could dock it. Dang. What if the screen booted up saying, take my butt back where you bought me? That'd be hilarious. That would definitely be a Nintendo moment. Dang, it's hard to know if the charging port works. Because, it's at 100% charge. And when it's max charge, you won't tell. Here, I'm gonna run Mario Kart for a little bit, just to get the battery to deplete. definitely for testing reasons, not for fun, guys. Okay, it's not for fun. I promise. Maybe I'll just leave it in. That's so cool. I want to see the fan kick on. That's another thing too. I'm nervous with the naked back. It makes you nervous. I'm sorry to induce anxiety. Man, this thing's not getting hot at all. Alright, let me see. Sure, not for fun. I mean, it's not. This is for research and development. This is science, okay, Alex? Mr. Lex Lugum, this is for science. Plus, I gotta excite you guys about this bundle that you may receive. Show us the cow. Okay, fine. I'll show you the cow. There you go. You wanted to see the cow. Look at that. A cow on a tune thumper. Or a biddy buggy. Where's the biddy buggy? The cow in the clouds. A cow on a whale. Make him dance. Oh yeah, you've been seeing those memes. Alright, in order to do that, you need to be in a cart. There you go. Just for you. The cow's dancing. Alright, let's see if the fan kicked on yet. The fan is not kicked on. Wow. I'm surprised. So is it really can run it passively like this? Okay, that's interesting. Here, let me detach the Joy-Cons. Joy-Cons are a lot harder to detach when, Owen Wilson, wow. Okay, this is actually a functional test because, remember, I removed those antennas, so I'm putting them back just to test those, so that's good. There it is, the fan kicked on. That's what I wanted to see. So it got to the right temperature. The Vmax for it to kick on the fan. Well, antennas work. SD card slot, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. Let me see if I have one lying around. Yes, I do. Perfect. It'll probably prompt me to turn off the console. Alright. SD card slot reader is working. That's good. Alright, everything seems to be working. Did I drop a percent? I did. I dropped 3% already. Yeah, like I said, the battery life on this thing is not the greatest. And I'm sorry, Jesse. I will put it back soon. Alright, we got a charging light. So that's good. It is charging. It is charging just fine. It's a good sign. So then I'll be able to dock it and then beat my brother in some Mario Kart. Looking forward to that. And maybe I'll play with whoever wins this thing if y'all are down. When are you doing the drawing? Very shortly. Probably the next 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this thing off. Volume up is good. Volume down is good. Nah, you aren't on my level. I think you might want to ask. I want my Switch too. All right, he's manifesting. He's speaking it into existence. Who's the bigger dreamer? Who wants it more? Let's see. Oh wait, I gotta put the screws in. My bad. Let me put the back panel and all the screws in. And the rest of the screws aren't accounted for. So alright, let's go ahead and do that. So with reassembly, you want to start with the top and then just basically work your way down. Alright, looking good. Man, that screw makes me so mad that I had to, like, damage the finish a little bit. I can picture myself playing Mario World and playing Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Yes, when those come out, especially since those games are so dang expensive. Little cleaning. I do usually like to keep my stuff in good repair. I still hate that that screw was stripped from factory. Like, come on, man. Someone was like, alright, we just gotta get it out, ship it, send it, full send. I'm coming with a bigger net to scoop up your net with the Switch in it. That's funny. Appreciate you guys all for participating in this event. I think it was really cool to not only host, but to see everybody rally behind it, especially like the local businesses and all my viewers, like longtime viewers and whatnot. People who are here consistently. I appreciate that. And new faces. I don't discriminate. Yo, this song slaps. I'm gonna start rocking this playlist a little more. 25? How many people we got watching? Oh yeah, 25. 25 on Twitch and 15 on YouTube. That's a good amount. It's about what I was hoping for. And there was more earlier, so that's really cool. Welcome. Yes, sir. Alright, we have 5 more screws, y'all. You're 5 more screws away of potentially having a Switch 2. Well, let me not say that, because, you know, we're going to have to work out the delivery arrangements. Oh yeah, this was the screw that was stripped, so I'm not going to put that back there. But it wasn't the screw's fault, it's the, it was the thread's fault. How do I get a sword by my name? Oh, that's, mod status. If you, I don't know, Gene, do you want that kind of power? With great power comes great responsibility. Or whatever Uncle Ben said. I know that's what Uncle Ben said, but yeah. Do you want that life? Do you want the thug life, Gene? Packaging? Yeah, like, will it be in its original packaging? It absolutely will. At the start of the stream, I showed off the box. It's actually right up there. You can probably see it in the background in my face cam. Let me see if my head's blocking it. It's by the guitar. It's a smaller bit. Nintendo with their tri-wing bits. The entity got my back. You have to be a mod. Alright, that's one tri-wing in. Time for the other one. That's another tri-wing in. And with these screws, you never want to over-torque them. These things strip so easily, as Nintendo's factory worker figured out. And subsequently we figured out. Alright, every single screw is accounted for. Can be the mod of awesome. Can I be the mod of awesome? I mean, are you awesome? We only let awesome people be mods. I think you're pretty awesome, but do you think you're pretty awesome? That's the real question. But yeah, we can make that happen, Gene. Alright, we got one side sticker back in. He said, will the guitar come with the Switch 2 as well? Do you play? No. The answer is no. But do you play? I don't want to not answer your question. If they make Guitar Hero on the Switch, that's a potential giveaway idea. How many biscuits you have, Bullet? Hey, that's a good point. That's a good question. I have no idea. It's basically your channel points. Alright, so this is like some show cars where 10-foot cars where they look good from 10 feet away. Look, you would have never known. You would have never known. What's the guitar? It's a Yamaha acoustic. Almost time for me to get my Switch too. Alright, the Switch is back together. Alright, let's go ahead and get ready. Everything seems to be working just fine, so that's good. Mission complete. Now let's excuse me. Let's pull up the rankings here. Oh, excuse me. Great job, Jeff. Thank you. Well, I'm calling it ranking, but it's just lottery. It's not a ranking system. It's not rankings. I used the wrong word. Entries. I'm gonna pull up the site basically. Alright, let's see. Show off the coin. I showed off the coin at the beginning of the stream. Alright, let's see. Time to draw a winner. Okay, alright. I have the website pulled up here. You have more people now. Oh yeah, true, fair point. Alright. Oh, let me fix my necklace. Let me pull it up on the 4K cam over here. So yes, to commemorate the sweepstakes in the event, we're giving away this coin. Now this thing loves to focus on people, but this is the coin. It comes in a protective case. Oh, people feeling lucky. So this is the commemorative coin. Super cool, made out of brass. Shout out to one of the viewers. Commemorative coin. They know who they are. My coin? Yo, I love the manifestation that's going on. Alright, let's do it. Let's change the vibe for the draw here. Alright, let's do it. Manage entries. I'm gonna make it into a necklace? Yo, that's kind of fire. Alright, it's time to pick a winner. I have the website up. I can't show you guys because it has sensitive information, but I have it pulled up here. And I will show the winner and try to square off their name. That thing could be worth millions later on. Hey, let's rock and roll. Alright, let's get a countdown. Let's get a countdown. Let's get a countdown. 3, 2, 1. I'm clicking. Pick a winner. Randomize the selection. Who earned? Yep, that all looks good. We're drawing. Winner chosen. Let me see if I can I show it, or is it gonna scale the page? Oh no, okay. This I can show you guys. So just to show, this is random. I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see it, right? I did it through the software. You guys should be able to see that now. Yes, I can see that you guys can because I have my monitor. So it chose a winner. I'm gonna go back to the face cam so I can pick it, just to make sure there's no sensitive information. I don't want anybody's email to get doxed or anything. So view winner. Winner is Leo Pearson. Do we have a Leo Pearson in the chat? Leo Pearson, I'm going to start my timer. Stopwatch starting now. You have 90 seconds to announce yourself. Leo Pearson. I'm going to put his name in the chat, or put this person's name in the chat. They have to respond in the chat, so there's still hope. We're at 33 seconds. I'm not seeing a Leo. Yes, if they don't respond, it's in the official rules. You have 90 seconds. I have the stopwatch going. It is currently at 60 seconds. Alright, it's overtime. Alright, too bad. Too bad for Mr. Leo. Too bad for Mr. Leo. Alright, we're going to redraw again. Dang, that's a L. Imagine winning something and not being present. Dang, that's a L. Shame on you, Mike. You done goofed. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see about this recent entries. Alright, he didn't answer. That's what feels bad. Alright, I'm going to share my screen again to show that I've redrawn. Screen share, winner chosen. We're going to try this again. Be sure to communicate in the chat. You have 90 seconds, and this time I'm going to be tighter on the timing. Let's go back to the face cam. I'm clicking view winner now, and as soon as it appears. No shot. No shot. Alex DeFay. No shot. This is a local. Wow. All right, and I'm gonna show you guys just to show I didn't spoof this. Congrats to Alex DeFay. Here, let me show you guys the screen. Let me see if there's a way. All right, I'm gonna take a snippet of the screen and then cut it out, because I want you guys to see it. I'm not hiding nothing. So we're on the website here. I'm gonna block out his email address. Alright, and I'm going to share my screen now, and you'll be able to see who the winner was. Alex DeFay, and he responded in chat. B-Roll said it's meant to be me. I'm going crazy. Nice, man. I'm so hype. I'm happy for you, man. That's awesome. He entered just like everybody else. He had 40 entries, just like everybody else did. And he won. Wow. That's crazy. So I'll be contacting you later, offline, off stream. And I will be in contact with you about getting your Nintendo Switch 2 delivered to you. Wow. The winner is in. You guys saw it live. I'm a hater though, Bulletproof, don't be mad. There's potential. Congrats. Congrats to Alex Bay. Must take picture of winner. Yes. I'm glad Leo wasn't here. Dang, that sucks for Leo. Leo Pearson. It was like Leo Pierson was his name. Dang. So yes, this is the console. This is the console in the flesh, in my hand. Sucks to suck. He took that major L. So this is what the winner is going to be receiving. Is the console and the coin. So congrats to Alex. To the winner goes the spoils. He had the heart of the cards. Out of over, let's see, the final amount of entries. Out of 1,422 entries. Out of 1,422 entries, he only had 40 entries, and he was the winner. So congrats again to Alex. And at this point, I think we're gonna go over to the... What the heck? Wow, them odds. I know the odds of that. Let's do the math on that. Let's do the math. Here, I'm gonna screen share and pull up my calculator. Alright. Let's see, it was 14, 22... Or no, sorry, it's the other way around. 0.02% chance. 0.02% chance. I demand ice cream from you, Alex. I demand ice cream too. Oh, wait, sorry. I got my whole thing up. Well, I just want to say thank you for everybody who participated. I think that's really cool. I can't wait to do something like this again, whether it's a custom modded console that I'll be providing warranty with, or a new future release, or another Nintendo Switch 2. It's possible. But Alex, you can't win again if I do it again. I'm gonna know you. I'm gonna know who you are. Alright. Show winner. Sweet. I would hope you know Alex. Yeah. ROG Ally X next? Actually, that would be cool. I don't know if I'm at the point where this is like super sustainable to do consoles of that level, but I would love to do a handheld of that level. I think that would be really cool. I'm coming over, Alex. That's funny. Yo, y'all could all play Mario Kart. We can play Mario Kart together. Oh my goodness. Yo, shout out to Leo. Yo, Alex, you should be thanking Leo Pearson. Whoever the heck that is. You should be thanking him. In the chat, but thank you, Leo Pearson. Actually, let me pull up the YouTube chat, my bad. I haven't had it up. There we go. Thank you, WP, great time. Don't forget about us, Alex. 2 giveaways, please. Yeah, you gotta stay tuned, you gotta be here. I might do another push in advertising it. I'm walking over now. That's funny. That's funny. Thanks, Wolfpack. Awesome of you to do this and also show off the guts of the console. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I hope everybody had a good time. It was fun for me, especially like the coordinating on the back end with local businesses. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it. Let's not let this thing drag on a little too long. So thank you for everybody for joining. I'm gonna put that in the chat and just say thank you. And hope you guys had a good time. Should do a photo op with the winner. Let me hate on Alex some more. Okay, I'll keep the stream up just so you can hate on him some more. That's funny. You can continue to hate on him. Those odds are insane though. 0.02% chance. 0.02% chance. He did have the max number of entries that a single person can have, which was 40. I set that on purpose. Because I didn't want anybody to be too overpowered. But 0.02% chance. That's nuts. Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to get Alex's friend code, and we might have to play online together. But in the meantime, thanks again for everybody joining. I can't express that enough. Stay tuned for more repairs, and if you need any repairs, feel free to contact us. We're Wolfpack Electronics. You can find us on Google. We just actually hit a milestone of 40 5-star Google reviews, so really proud about that. But probably not as proud as Alex for winning. That's funny. But alright everybody, we'll catch you in the next stream. Thanks again, and we might do this again in the future. Stay tuned. See ya. Peace.